Hi, I'm Joe from School of Rock North Buffalo. When we're not making musicians, we're also fixing gear. So if you have a guitar or bass in need of love, if you need new strings, please bring it in. We'll be more than happy to help you. So not only do we do instruction and performance-based music, we also fix gear. So please bring it down to 9310 Treds Road, East Amherst, or you can give me a call at 716-317-7625. Again, School of Rock North Buffalo. We make musicians and we fix your gear.
On this episode, Carl Canedy from the Rods.
All right, joining us now from the Rods, let's welcome Carl Canedy. Hello, Carl.
Hey, Rob, how are you?
Good, good. So the Rods are back with a new album, Wild Dogs Unchained, and the playing on here is harder and heavier for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't even know what to say anymore because it's, David, when we started recording this, David, we had to write songs for the album, and I had some ideas, Freddie had some ideas, but David cranked out so many songs so fast, and they were great songs. So we're like, okay, let's go. And so it's really cool that we have this album now, and we're really happy with it.
Yeah, and again, this was mixed and mastered by Chris Collier. Again, you brought him in, right?
Yes, Chris has done. I think he's done the last 3 Rods albums. He did the 450s album with me, and he did the Canedy album.
Excellent, excellent. You have as you can see here, you have a pretty impressive kit here. What's your typical setup like? People always want to know what type of stuff, the drummers are using, or if you switch stuff out, or you have a typical set.
I have 5 or 6 sets. I don't know. We laugh about that. My daughter is always busting me whenever I bring a drum in. I have 20-some snare drums. She's like, "Oh, good, another drum." but it's my typical kit is like live. I use 3 mounted toms. I use 2 kick drums, horse snare drum, and 2 floor toms. And then I use a variety of cymbals like China cymbals. So I have an endorsement with Kasha cymbals, which I love, and I have Evans Diodario endorsement, which has been fantastic that they've supported me all these years. So, and ProMark drumsticks. So fortunate, but that's basically my kit. It's pretty standard. And once in a while, I'll play a single bass kit, and I do record with. I'm trying to move my camera here, so excuse my blackout for a second. I do record with 1 kick drum and a double kick pedal. And that's just because it makes life a lot easier than trying to balance. Although every drummer who plays double bass will tell you that having 2 kick pedals is the way to go, and that's exactly how I feel. But sonically, it's easier to do the double kick pedal when you're recording, for me.
Gotcha. And I also read you originally answered an ad, I think, in Musicians Union paper for Carmine Appice offering lessons here.
Yes.
So was that originally like the first person you got lessons from professionally?
No. I had taken lessons early on when I first started, and I wish I could remember the guy's name, but he actually would come to my house. I was living in Pennsylvania, and I would go to the store, Knapp School of Music it was, and I would go there, but then he would actually came to my house a few times, but he just told me I sucked. Like he just was, it was like, why am I paying this guy? He
Right.
just told me I sucked.
No positive feedback. Yeah.
None. And I wanted to be, he was an NARD, National Association of Rudimental Drummers, a NARD drummer, certified. I'm like, hey, do you think if I really practiced hard and studied, I could be a NARD drummer? No way. No, never happened. Never happened for you. And so when I did test with Andy Weiss, and I did pass and get my NARD certification, it was a huge day for me. It was kind of like to him.
Exactly right.
But anyway, I answered the ad. I called this number, and I say that Carmine Appice is accepting students, and I'm interested. And he goes, "This is Carmine." I was like, "Wow, my hero!"
Right.
On the phone. It was awesome. So I started taking lessons, and it was life changing. I can never thank. And I tell Carmine when I see him, and he could not care less. But we talk about those days on Long Island with Joe Markovich, I think his name was. I feel bad getting it wrong, but he was very young and died of cancer. It was very sad. But I would take lessons with Joe sometimes when Carmine was on the road. But it was huge for me, and it also really changed my drumming. I mean, nothing I can't say it enough. Totally changed my drumming. And Carmine was cool because after the drum teacher the instructor who was so negative, I just learned myself. I just taught myself, listening to records and like, how's he doing that? Like Hal Blaine had there's so many things I didn't realize I was doing with Hal Blaine. And I'll do this, hopefully it's not loud, but I have a thing on my drum head. Just learning like press rolls, open rolls, flams. I didn't know what they were. So I would hear them and I would duplicate them so I could play them. I just didn't know what they were called. And Carmine would say, "That's really cool. That's wrong. Technically, you normally wouldn't play that way, but it's cool. So keep it." And then he would say other things. You know what? Let's change this. Let's not do it that way anymore. He never was negative in any way. He was always very positive. And, he taught me to play. He was using a lot of energy. Taught me how to play for a long period of time without using so much energy that you burn out. It was just huge. I learned, and, the classic line that Carmine said, and here I am now at my age, old. He said, if you're playing, there was a kid who was coming in who took lessons before me. And he was a glammed out kid, glitter on his sneakers, and all I would hear him, because I'd have to wait, and I'd hear him go, "I just want to play fast." It was like Ricky Bobby, want to go fast.
Right.
And this guy just wanted to play fast. And so after I said, "Carmine, wow, that guy was really focused on speed." And he said, "If you play because you want to get laid, if you want to get rich, you want to get famous, you're playing for the wrong reasons. If you play because you love it, you'll have it your whole life." And truer words were never spoken, because here I am, and it's been my whole life.
Yeah, definitely. Just an amazing, legendary drummer. Obviously, he's played with so many bands. Obviously, Vanilla Fudge, Ozzy, Rod Stewart. The list goes on and on. But just very cool
as well. Yeah, great drummer.
Yeah, and it sounds like he really helped you develop your style and saw what you were doing and turned that into a style for you, or a way of playing for you.
Absolutely, it helped so much, and it helped with independence and going through his book Realistic Rock, which I had to learn to do it with eighth notes, quarter notes, and playing on the and. So you had to play a regular beat and play your hi-hat on and. Things I'd never done before. They were foreign to me. And, once I mastered them, it was opened a whole new world for me.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about the latest single you guys got out, World on Fire. Seems to be a very fitting track for the current climate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in all honesty, it's been when you look at world history, it's been pretty fitting for most of the world. I mean, the human race really, you have to say we're as much as we don't think we are primitive, we're fairly primitive. We definitely will go after each other and for greed and religion. So, I mean, it's timeless, and it's also very, very current.
Yeah, definitely. So let's check out the track here. We'll take a quick pause. We'll check out the track and video for World on Fire, and we'll be right back here with Carl on Talking About Rock.
fall till the day that it's over. It will just have to be a world on fire, and we can't put out the flame. The tension's higher. Will it ever be the same? A world on fire. I never thought I'd see it burning down. A world on fire. And we can't put out the flame. The tension's higher. Will it ever be the same? A world on fire. I never thought I'd see it burning down. A world on fire. And we can't put out the flame. The tension's higher. Will it ever be the same? A world on fire. I never thought I'd see it burning down. A world on
Okay, we're back on Talking About Rock here with Carl Canedy. So you're not only a legendary drummer, but also a producer for a list of artists here I was going through. So Anthrax, Fistful of Metal, Armed and Dangerous, Spreading the Disease, as well as Overkill's Feel the Fire, and Blue Tears, The Beast is Back. So just a laundry list here of production also for you.
Yes. I was looking at my discography. I was going to put it online. Like 45 different albums I produced. a lot of product. I was shocked when we did my autobiography. Um, Doc Phil Harrington, who was transcribing all my notes and really did all the research, he knew more about my career than I do. And he compiled this, and when I looked at it, I was shocked at how much work. He goes, you can't, you don't realize how much work you did over the years, like how it was constant. So it was great. It's great to see that, and I go through my discography and realize that worked with a lot of artists.
Yeah. Is there any current music that you listen to or influenced by that you could say maybe currently listening to at this point? Or
I mean, I really like. I mean, I listen to everything. So yeah, I mean, and I certainly have gotten, so I've liked Gojira from the beginning, but bands like Sabaton and Ghost, and I really like Dragon's Claw, Giles Lavery's band. I really think that's a great album. He's the singer for Jack Starr's album Out of the Darkness 2, and which I produced Out of the Darkness like a million years ago. But Giles sings for Warlord, and he sings for Alcatraz as well. But this is his project, and it is really, really good. But anyway, I listen to everything. I'm constantly checking out all kinds of music. And a lot of times I hear things that I love, but I don't know who they are.
is there any artist that still influences you today, would you say?
When you say artists, you mean drummer or bands?
Probably drummers, yeah.
Drummers. At this point, there were drummers like Todd Zuckerman, Mike Portnoy. Mike Portnoy has been a recent thing for me, like the last 6-7 years, something like that. I was never a fan of Dream Theater. My engineer at my studio, Pat, would play Dream Theater. I didn't get it, it just was too mathematical, and I wasn't enjoying it. But now I do. But back then I was not. And of course, I was really into Mahavishnu. I was Billy Cobham. So it wasn't the prog thing. I don't know what it was. It just didn't work. But then I discovered Mike Portnoy. But all those drummers now, like every drummer is playing gospel chops. So I learn them all the time. But there's some amazing drummers out there. So there's no one drummer now, but I watch a million videos every day.
Right.
It's all gospel chops, and they're wicked. It's fun to play them.
Cool. So what else is going on with the Rods? You guys got any upcoming shows and dates coming up?
We're looking to do one show that will be more of an event. We want it to be a fan event where we play. We're going to record a live album, and at the same time, we'll record the day before, so for the studio tracks, and then we'll record live with the audience involved. And then we'll just open the vaults, all the merchandise sales, giveaways, then we'll just hang with the people who come to the show. So we're looking to do that date. We haven't set a date yet, and that will be material for the live album that I won't say what it is right now. We'll save that until we're ready to launch it. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. We've been working on the set list for the new album, for the live album. So that's what's in the works for us.
That sounds amazing. And do we have a release date for Wild Dogs Unchained? I wasn't sure if I saw that.
September 5th.
Okay, so new album should be out September 5th, and then we're going to have a live album is in the works for you guys. That sounds like a really, really cool idea. I really dig that. Well, keep us up to date on where that's going to be at so we can go and check that out.
Will do. And thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
Oh, definitely. All right, so that wraps up this episode of Talking About Rock. Thank you to my guest today, Carl Canedy from The Rods. And to our listeners, we hope you're out there keeping the torch alive and supporting live music wherever you are. Carl, again, man, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.